Hey there, recovery warriors. Let's talk about leveling up our journey. You know what's been a game changer for me? Creating a YouTube shortcut system. I've subscribed to all these amazing recovery groups, and now I've got a gold mine of support right at my fingertips. Need a quick boost? Bam, inspiring videos on demand. Feeling stuck? No problem. Expert advice is just a click away. It's like having a pocket-sized support group. This simple hack has made my daily progress so much smoother. How about you? What clever tricks are you using to stay on track? Share in the comments and let's build this recovery toolkit together. Remember, every small step counts. Keep pushing, keep growing, and keep celebrating those wins.
Feeling stuck in your recovery journey? Discover an empowering resource that provides raw, uncut content to help you find your own path. This personal guide, available 24/7, empowers you to take charge and explore what works best for you. Transform your recovery into an exciting journey of self-discovery. Ready to unlock your potential? Let's dive in together. I like Robert Goodman's videos on YouTube. By subscribing to his channel, I have learned so much more about myself. It's raw and uncut. Plus, I found out that he is only trying to help people live their best life. Because he said the worst hell is living in addiction. I hope you subscribe and get the tools to live your best life.
This is Robert Goodman for Positive Strokes. I'm glad you have a moment to check out my new video. And I want to talk about something that's real important to me, is extending the olive branch. What do I mean by extending the olive branch? Meaning extending a helping hand to those in need that we care about. I want to leave that for this moment, and I want to talk about me, about my past, and my ability to finally look at myself and the part I played in all the things that I've done. I learned that when I was doing wrong, I took the focus off myself and tried to put the focus on everybody else or what they've done to me. What they've done to me caused me to be who I am. I wallowed in self-pity for a very long time because all I could focus on was poor me. Did I grow? No. Did things get better staying in that mode? No, it did not. Matter of fact, it even got worse. I went deeper into the rabbit hole because I took myself down the rabbit hole because I choose not to look at myself and my actions until I got tired. I got tired of being down the rabbit hole by myself. How am I supposed to come out of this rabbit hole? I had to look at me, the choices I made. How did I get to this point? I gave up. It's got to be a better way. I have to find a better way because this is not working. I'm not accomplishing anything. I'm not having anything. People that I love around me is having things. They're going places. They're taking trips. So I'm not having this. I'm not having this pleasure. As their lives get better, mine's getting worse. Oh, that jealousy set it in. Oh, man. I'm looking at every bad movement they made because, why? Because I didn't like who I was or what I was facing. How am I going to change? How am I going to change this behavior? It was time to look at Robert. Oh, I looked at Robert and I did not like what I saw. I didn't like. Because, see, when I asked for help, they gave me the hard truth of making me look at myself. They didn't tell me, you should be doing this, you should be doing that, you should be doing this. No, they didn't tell me that. What they told me is, write down what happened to you and what part you played in the person, in that particular situation. What did you do to cause that to happen? What was your part? How did you make it worse? Did you make it better? For instance, having a sound relationship takes work. Not on one person, but it takes work on two. That means that I had to do what I needed to do if I wanted this relationship with my significant other to work. We had to work as a team. We had to come together. We had to accept each other's truths. We had to accept each other's dislikes or likes. We had to find a mutual ground that's comfortable for the both of us and to strive to make our lives better, which took work. What, work together? The problem is, no, I had to work on me. I had to work on me. I had to find out why Robert did what he did. What caused him to. Why did Rob stay in this, live so pity for 40 years about what was done to him? Did that affect my life? Yes, it did. It affected the way I lived my life. It affected me how I looked at people. It affected me how I acted. Why? Because I didn't want to look at myself. Because it hurts to look at yourself and what part you played into it. What do you do when you see a loved one like that? And there's nothing that you say and nothing that you do has ever helped to change their predicament or their situation. You've tried everything. You've extended money, you've sent an olive branch, you've been supportive, and it just seems like it's not working. You know, when I asked for help, what's told to me was, are you ready to go down this road? Because it's going to be painful. You're going to look at some things that you ain't going to like to look at, and you're going to see what part you played in it and how much you made it be the way it is. How your bad actions affected others. How you destroyed other people in the process of living a life the way you want to live it, and you felt that it was the right way because all you was doing was looking at self. I looked at self. I mean, it was all about me. It was all about me. But then I realized that, Robert, you messed up. You messed up. You're the one that's messed up. You're the one that's making the wrong decisions. You're the one that went down the rabbit hole. You're the one. You're the one that did all that. Then I started to not like who I was, which gave me the power to change who I was. Once I saw who I really was and saw the actions that I did cause the pain to people that I love and destroyed relationships, that I realized that I did that. I didn't want to be that person. You know, when I talked to my therapist and I explained how I wanted to change and everything, you know what's told to me? Just do the next right thing. You can't dwell on the past because you wrote it. It's history. You can't change it. You're in today. You're in the now. This is where you're at. You can't change the past. But you can use it as a stepping stone and a learning process to make your life better. You can make this a stepping stone to make your life better. It took tragedy for me to slow down. It took everybody that cared about me to turn their back on me for me to want to work on self. And then, interesting thing is, after I worked on self, understand who Robert was and why Robert did the things that he did, it helped me not make those same mistakes anymore. Because I realized I wasn't all that I said I was. I wasn't as great as I thought I was. I manipulated myself, thinking that every move that I made was right when they were totally wrong. After I went through all that pain, all that crying. Oh yes, I cried. I was upset. I couldn't believe that finally I was looking at myself for who I was and not who I thought I was. I looked at myself who I was and not who I thought I was. So what can I do? What did I do? What did I do to change my situation? 1, do the next right thing. So, where I was, I educated myself on Robert. I educated myself on Robert to understand me. The more I understand about myself, the better person I can be. The more I understand about myself is the better person that I can be to myself and others. You know, I remember I was in a session and it says, remember when you was young and the dreams that you had and the way you looked at things and the person that you was? The pain of your life caused you to divert you from who you are. The pain that you've caused yourself diverted you from the person who you really are. I was told I need to get back to that person. Get back to that person that was considerate, kind, loving, did what they supposed to do, handled their business. I had to get back to that person. Because see, my pain, instead of me processing it, I stuffed it. I didn't deal with it. Each bad situation, I just stuffed it. Because see, I was not taught to show weakness. I was not taught not to show pain, even if it was. So my philosophy was to stuff it and forget about it. But I didn't know that my brain kept it locked in me so hard that each decision I made affected and opened up them wounds each and every time. The pain of the past wounds would open up if the circumstances fitted that situation. For instance, I've had bad relationships. So when I got into a relationship, the first thing when something gets shaky, I'm thinking the worst. Why? Because I did not take care of my past pain. I did not grieve. I did not accept it. I did not challenge it. I did not forgive myself. I did none of that. But when I accepted the past pain and realized that what was done to me was not directed towards me, but there was their own way of dealing with life on their terms, their skills for survival, had nothing to do with the relationship. Yes, life is hard. But it becomes easy when we keep ourselves in check. It becomes easy when we look at the mistakes that we make and what part we played in those mistakes. We all play a part. Nobody's innocent. That's not one-sided. You know, I always thought that in living that when the mistakes are made, that it was always on one-sided. It was just that person making a bad decision. But I come to find out that it's the actions of other people cause us to be defensive. And then we get due to make wrong decisions by emotions. For instance, you got a job, but you come to work every day late. Then always late, because you always got some issues. You're always saying that you got something going on, and you might rightly do. But the employer or the person that you're working for, they look at it in a different manner. You're coming to work late, so you're really not concerned about keeping the job. You're not concerned about keeping the job because you're always coming in late, or you have to take off. That the job is not important to you, that making the money is not important to you, that you don't need that money. You want to do what you want to do the way you want to do it. I can't operate in a business like that, so they let you go. I can't operate a business like that, so they let you go. Now you have attitude. Now you show, well, they like this on the job. They like that on the job. But the point is, you didn't come to work. That's the part you played into it. How can a company function if the work don't get done? How can you have something if you don't change your behavior? Because life is in session at all times. So what you do today may work today, tomorrow, or yesterday, or whenever. It may work then, but the point what I'm trying to make is that you might have to change your behavior to do something a little different to make things work. So you got to be versatile. You got to listen. You got to learn, and you got to know yourself to make the right decisions. Oh, but here's the interesting thing is that a lot of times when we mess up, we know we messed up. We know. We don't want nobody to know we messed up as worse as we did. So we try to hide it. We tried it. But it all comes out. Eventually it all comes out. And then you're looking in such a way that you don't like. People are seeing you for who you are now, and you don't like that. Why? Because the truth is out. But what was told to me, everybody makes mistakes. There is not a person on this earth that doesn't make a mistake. We all do. That's not important. What is important is learning from your mistake and going to the next chapter in your life. Don't let the mistake take you so far down the rabbit hole that you can't get out. You can. You don't have to go down the rabbit hole. You don't have to do all that. When I started working on self, when I started putting myself in check, see, I learned that I had to keep the focus on Robert. it matters what people do to me. Yes, it does. But if I keep the focus on me and make me a better person and work on me, work on Robert, then I become better to myself, to friends and loved ones. When I work on me, I become a better person to me. I begin having pride about myself. I start feeling good about myself. And that negativity cannot affect me. Why? Because I know what I'm doing. I know I'm doing things right this time. I'm not doing things half-cocked. I'm not acting on emotions. I'm not acting on jealousy. I'm not acting on these way. I'm just doing the next right thing. The next right thing. And that's what we have to do in life. The next right thing. Even if it hurts. But you know what? Up to this point in my life, I'm so happy that I did the next right thing. I'm so happy that I looked at myself. I'm so happy that I know myself better. I'm so happy that I did that. Why? Because I don't go down the rabbit hole anymore. I don't put myself in harm's way. I don't do these things that I used to do. I'm a different person. I'm happy. I'm at peace. See, when I got peace with myself, when I did the right thing for Robert, let me tell you, the inner joy that it brings is unbelievable. And then it brought people to me. How did you do it? You're so positive. You're working a good program for yourself. People see. You know, they were still saying, what's done in the dark comes to the light. Which means that whatever you do, somebody sees it. Do not think that whatever you do in life, you just get away with it. Somebody sees it, you just don't know who it is. And eventually it comes back to you. So, I just wanted to share that when you extend the olive branch and things go bad and not the way you want it to go, understand that there's a power greater than you are leading down your path to open up your eyes about something that you can't see. Remember, you could be the best that you want to be. It's all up to you. Nobody can take you down that road but you. You can live your best life if you choose to do the work on self. You can live the best life if you choose to do the work on self. Make yourself a hero of you. You saved yourself. You brought yourself out the rabbit hole. Look what you've created. Look at the direction that you're headed. Feel good that you got up this morning, that you have options today, that you can make your life better. Put a smile on your face. And stop carrying the pain of the past when you can let go and let a power greater than yourself restore you to sanity. Let a power greater than yourself restore you to sanity. Because I know I am my worst enemy. I am my worst enemy. I am my worst enemy if I allow myself to be that way. Today, I do not. I do not want to be my worst enemy. So I have to change my behavior, do things that I don't normally do, maybe do something that I don't even like, but do it anyway, and then I end up seeing the benefits of doing it. After I done did it. So just because the road looked bleak, just because You're going down a new path that you do not know what the outcome is. I know one thing, it's better than the path that I was on. It's better than the path that I was on. You have a great day. And remember, be your hero. Be your hero. And by you being your hero, you will show blessings and love to friends, love with family, and even love to strangers. You have a great day.
I'm so proud of you. I know it's not easy. I know it's rough. You've been through a lot. They doubt you. They didn't believe in you. You got hurt more than once. You got let down. They told you no. They told you it couldn't happen. They wanted you to give up. Your back was against the wall. But even with all that, you kept going. You didn't give up. And just because of that, I'm proud of you because I know it wasn't easy. And I know it's not easy. But one thing I know about you is that you're powerful. You're strong. And you got this. So let's go.
Regret can hit hard, especially when it's too late. I used to take my mom for granted, always asking for favors, never giving back. Then she was gone. Recovery opened my eyes to the person I'd become. It's teaching me to change everything, my habits, my outlook, my relationships. It's not easy, but it's necessary. I'm learning to be the person my mom always saw in me. If you're struggling with similar regrets, remember, it's never too late to start your journey of self-improvement. Don't wait for loss to be your wake-up call. Start today, be better, make those who matter proud, whether they're here or not. Your future self will thank you.